Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Sam Levitt's Furniture. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Greg Hansen. Greg, let's just put it up here in big bold letters, Stanley watch. We're in week 5, trying to figure out what Stanley Johnson is going to do. This is what we know, as our Bruce Pascoe reported on Saturday. He's still going to classes. He's still doing functions with the team. You know, there's a deadline here in about a month to declare. What do you think he's going to do?
I've never thought he was going to stay, and I still don't. I think he likes the attention and the drama. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a better story if I'm wrong.
Right.
If he just scoots on out of here and this was just, soaking it in for him. I think he's gone. It's just too much money to pass up.
To me, Stanley Johnson, Greg, if he was going to go, if this was all just a fait accompli, the second they lost in Anaheim, he would have had his mom pull the car around.
The new car.
Driven home and never come back.
Right.
The fact that he is back attending classes, which I think is a big deal, and still participating in some team functions, like he signed some autographs with Joe Blair at church a couple weeks ago. To me, that leads me to think that maybe this isn't as done a deal as we've all sort of thought all along.
But it leads to a second huge issue. They've recruited behind him. They have a surplus of players that play his position.
Yep.
If he comes back, who do they nudge?
Right. Who gets nudged out? And if he comes back, my guess is he is going to want some sort of guarantee that he is going to be the guy, get his touches,
Won't
whatever.
happen.
Sean Miller will not be able to promise him any more of a role than he had this year.
Would you, if he was on your team, would you want him shooting more?
I would want him shooting smarter.
Well, yeah. Maybe that's, who knows who's gotten to him.
Right.
That's not one person except Sean Miller and Stanley know that in this town.
Do you think Sean Miller even knows?
That is a heck of a question. I wish we had the answer because it would be good reading, wouldn't it?
Yeah. See, I would think that if Sean Miller knew, it would somehow trickle down. To me, they are just waiting on Stanley to make up his mind. And I think he's the kind of guy who likes the attention.
Yeah, and I mean, the position he plays, there are more good players than any other position in basketball. So it's not a big loss if he goes. That's my opinion. If he leaves, let him go.
Right. I think if he can be drafted in the top 10 or 12, go. Take the money. I'm not sure there's a person in Tucson, Arizona who would criticize a guy for taking $6 million guaranteed.
You know, to me, the big one is Zeus. If Zeus comes back, there's the anti-Zeus brigade out there, but I'm the opposite. I like him and think he's very valuable. I saw him on Monday walking at the library with his book pack on and everything, going to a class. I mean, he's coming back.
Yeah, you'd have to think. And that would obviously set them up at least being better inside or as good inside as they were a year ago.
Yeah. Either way, Stanley stays or goes, they're really going to be good next year.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Sam Levitt's Furniture. For Greg Hansen, are you coming back next year?
I'm thinking about it.
Yes, okay, good. I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.